Hello there, fellow model makers, and welcome to the fifth and last part of my Flyhawk Models 1700 scale HMS Prince of Wales build. So we have completed the major part of the build and only a few sub-assemblies remain, like the aircraft and the lifeboats and dinghies. We will also be making an ocean base for the kit as well. But before we start, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to stay updated about future posts. Also, if you have enjoyed the series, please do leave a like. Right, time to start on the lifeboats, which are cut and cleaned. The lower half of the boats is painted with Mr. Color 335 medium grey. The tops are painted white. The tiny dinghies are painted still on the sprue with Mr. Color 305 grey. Once the paint was dry, I gave the boats and the dinghies a coat of gloss varnish. I gave the parts a wash with Tamiya's black panel line color. Once dry, the extra wash is wiped away with a Q-tip moistened with odorless spirit and in narrower spaces with a brush. The boat parts are glued together. I now glue in place the wooden deck. I did a little sponge chipping on some of the boats just to give them a little tonal variation. I used brown to show the wood showing underneath the chip paint. The lifeboats are now glued in place with some super glue. The dinghies are now glued in place. The outside railing is now glued in place with some super glue. A little weathering with some AK Interactive rust streaks. I first apply some of the enamel paint with a fine brush. Once the enamel paint is dry, I use a flat brush moistened with odorless spirit to pull it. It is important to let the rust streak paint dry first, else you will end up removing all of it in one go. I keep working on the streaks till I am happy with the effect. I use the same rust streak and a sponge to add some more chipping. The entire kit is now given a coat of matte varnish. Now on to the aircraft. I used this AK Interactive set to paint the aircraft. I next used this Infini rigging line to rig the ship. Capturing the rigging process on camera was really difficult. Suffice it to say, it took a lot of patience and time to rig the ship. Even then, there were apparent mistakes. The biggest problem was the soft plastic mass that got bent under the rigging line. But still, it looked nice when complete. The decal flag is the last thing to go on. It's fixed to a piece of paper. The paper cut to size. Decal solution applied. And the flag is ready to be glued in place. The ship is done and it looks really good, even though I say so myself. I was really satisfied and happy with this build. But there is one more thing to do, and that is to put the ship to sea by making an ocean base. As I usually do, I start with a cheap photo frame. This really cuts down on the time taken to make a frame with wood, and besides you can find cheap frames of all shapes and sizes. The only thing that needs to be done is to remove the back support of the frame and remove the glass panel. I next take some foam, measure it and cut it to size. Some all-purpose glue is used to glue the foam in place. The kit had come with this waterline hull option, which I used to mark out the shape of the ship on the foam. The foam is then cut to make space for the ship. I used my Dremel to make large waves on the foam. Though this method is really quick, it does throw up a large amount of foam dust. So make sure you wear a face mask if you also decide to use a drill or something similar. Now some sanding to smoothen the surface. I now take some all-purpose PVA glue and dilute it with some water. I use this mixture to fix in place some tissue paper. Smudging the paper with the brush will give me tiny ripples on the surface. One mistake I made is that I did not apply any glue on the foam directly. I should have done this for a stronger bond between the foam and the paper ripples. In all, I applied around 3 layers of paper before I was happy with the way the surface looked. While I liked the overall look, in places the ripples appeared to be too sharp. To soften them down, I brushed over some Liquitex modeling paste. I now close the gap between the ship and the water surface with some more tissue paper. However, I am not gluing the ship in place just yet. When all the tissue was nicely dry, I used these two colors, Tamiya's Field Blue and Olive Green, to paint the ocean. The base color is basically field blue with a few drops of green. I now add some highlights with Tamiya's light sea grey. Back in with the original field blue and olive green to create some more contrast. I now apply a layer of Mod Podge to add some depth to the water. The waves are enhanced by blowing some air on the surface with the airbrush. The Mod Podge did take its own sweet time to dry, about 3 days. I then added more highlights with some transparent blue. And lastly, a layer of AK still water. I used AK still water instead of Mod Podge because the Mod Podge was taking forever to dry. However, please be more careful than I was, spilling the still water all over the place. The ship is now fixed in place. I seal the ship in place with Liquitex Gloss Gel. This dries clear. Do not confuse between this product and the Liquitex modeling paste, as the container of both products are near identical. The last product to go on the surface is AK's water foam effect. This will be used to make the wake of the ship. And finally, here it is, fellow model makers. My take on Flyhawk's 1/700 scale HMS Prince of Wales. I hope you enjoyed the video series. If you did, please do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching the series. We shall meet again shortly with another build. Till then, stay safe, good luck, and happy model making.